If you're wondering what's with the dancing and all, that's how the Street Triple S makes you feel. It makes you feel sprightly, energetic, and completely rejuvenated. Welcome to Dino's Vault and welcome to my review of the all-new scintillating Street Triple S from Triumph. Faster, lighter, and more fun than ever before. Now, this was me riding the previous gen Street Triple a couple of years back when I did a special feature on Driven, and that video is still available on the channel. But now things have changed, people have changed, motorcycling has evolved, and so have the riders. Now, Triumph is not the kind of brand who would settle for a compromise, and the Street Triple has always been kind of a benchmark in the middleweight naked sport bike category. So what all have they thrown in this time around to make this bike an irresistible proposition and an unbeatable choice? Well, the answer to that and everything that you need to know about this bike coming right up next. The Street Triple S now gets a liquid-cooled 12-valve inline 3-cylinder 765cc engine with a DOHC setup that puts out a blistering 113 PS at 11,250 RPM and a clean 73 Newton meters of max torque at 9,100 RPM. Now this comes mated to an ultra-slick 6-speed gearbox. Well, the result is a 0 to 100 km/h claim of under 4 seconds. But more than just the speed, it's the way the bike handles that makes you fall in love with it again and again and again. Now let me quickly run you through some of the changes that this bike brings along with it. First, we have the inclusion of ride-by-wire throttle that makes the throttle response more instant and precise compared to the preceding model. I don't know whether you guys noticed, but the previous gen India spec Street Triple was a little snatchy at times, but this new model is absolutely butter smooth with crisper and much improved on-off throttle transition. Secondly, the S model is 2 kgs lighter than the outgoing model, making this bike the lightest Street Triple to date. This makes a whole world of difference, especially when you bring into picture the added power. As a matter of fact, I hopped on to this bike from my new Duke 390, and trust me, I didn't feel a whole lot of difference in having to manage the excess weight. It's only that this lean, mean speed machine from Triumph makes 3 times the power of my Duke 390 while almost weighing the same, which is why this bike transforms into a maniac each time you choose to open up the throttle. The bike now gets a split seat layout compared to the single seat layout of the preceding model. Also, the seat foam seems to be of amazing quality now, where you can park your posterior all day long. We also get all new brighter LED headlamps that offer better light spread while consuming lesser power. The seat height is 10 mm higher now compared to the older model at 810 mm, which for me felt a lot more comfortable immediately compared to the 830 mm seat height of my Duke 390. Also, we now get the chunky 41 mm Showa separate function forks up front with 110 mm of travel and preload adjustable piggyback reservoir rear monoshock. We also now get a gull wing swing arm, which results in maximizing high-speed stability, tighter corner exit capability, and more precise chassis behavior, thereby offering the rider greater confidence under hard acceleration. The design is now a lot sharper and sleeker than the preceding model, and that comes courtesy of the nose-down, tail-up design theme that Triumph have adopted this time around. Adding to this is the more contemporary bodywork and top-notch fit and finish, which is what we expect when the branding reads Triumph. So all of this ends up making the bike look more menacing than ever before. The brakes are similar to the preceding model with twin 310 mm front discs with Nissin 2-piston sliding calipers, and at the back we get a single 220 mm disc with Brembo single piston sliding caliper. The brakes are quite good, and you can watch my braking test video by following the link coming towards the end of this video. Even the tires remain the same as that of the preceding model. We get Pirelli Rosso Corsa tires with 17-inch wheels. We get a 120 by 70 tire up front and a 180 by 55 tire at the back. The tires offer supreme road grip. The wheelbase remains the same at 1410 mm, which means the flickability and agility of the motorcycle remains just as magical as before. The engine heating is not all that apparent now, as was the case with the preceding model. I almost rode the bike for over 2 hours continuously through city traffic and empty stretches, and believe me, the engine heating was not all that bothersome. Also, apart from this, we now get a Speedo layout similar to that of the Speed Triple. We get switchable traction control, which means you can turn it on and off. Sadly though, the ABS now cannot be turned off, as was the case with the preceding model. This one also doesn't get a lap time climber as the preceding model. We however do get two riding modes now, namely rain and road. The Street Triple also misses out on a slipper clutch compared to its competition like the Z900. Well, now coming to the ride feel, the amazing power to weight ratio factor is immediately apparent as you hop on, slot it into gear and take off. The bike is light and easy and nimble, yet precise and poised and perfect in terms of what you would expect from one of the best street nakeds out there. The clutch feel is light and easy, the gearbox works really well, and as you shift up and open up the throttle, the bike simply screams and transforms into something more sinister and divine, almost letting you experience a bike-gasm as you zip through the streets, wade through the traffic, blast across the open stretches, and experience the ride of your life, leaving behind all the cares and worries that this fallen world tries to torment you with. The on-off throttle transition is perfect thanks to the ride-by-wire technology. The bike handles like a dream thanks to the brilliant chassis, the gull-wing swing arm, and the improved suspension. There are no vibrations apparent up to speeds of around 120 km per hour. This is more than just a bike. It's like the freedom of expression that you experience while dancing. It's like the melody of life that flashes while listening to music. It's like setting yourself free and soaring through the sky like an eagle, feeling the wind hitting your chest and getting lost in the vast expanse of nature's splendid glory. This bike is nothing but pure poetry, and you'll only understand what I'm saying when you ride it yourself. Now coming to some practical tests. First of all is the seat height test. Seat height is 810 mm for this bike. I am 5 feet 6 inches tall, and as you can see here, I can put both of my feet on the ground without feeling uncomfortable. Secondly, we have the ground clearance test. Ground clearance for this bike is 130 mm. Now here's a nasty speed breaker, and as you can see, it just barely manages to clear the speed breaker. It would have definitely touched down for sure if I had a pillion on board, so please do slow down and be a little watchful with speed breakers on this bike, especially with a pillion on board. Tank capacity is 17.4 liters, which I believe translates into decent tank range should you choose to go touring on this bike. Mileage wise, we can expect around 18 to 20 kmpl from this bike depending upon your riding style and riding conditions. Price ex showroom pan India for the all new Street Triple S is rupees 8,71,500. And believe me guys, forget about the pricing, but this bike is worth every penny just for the sheer riding pleasure it has on offer. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.